Another one of those questions. Another one of those questions that I'm hoping any Jehovah's Witness out there can answer. I doubt it, but doesn't mean that I still shouldn't put it out there, right? Now, according to your teachings, at Armageddon, those that are not serving Jehovah God by way of his only earthly organization, the Jehovah Witnesses, will most likely be destroyed, right? Now, I know you guys are kind of lightening up on, expressing that the way you used to. Because back in the day, it was like, oh, you're going to die. Oh, it was blatant. And to be totally honest, I respected it, right? There wasn't no, hiding behind the bush. It wasn't no trying to be politically correct. You're going to die. You, your children, your husband, your wife, right? Especially the husbands. You got blood on your hands. If you're not serving Jehovah and taking the leadership in your household, you're going to be responsible for the death of everybody in that household, right? It wasn't no, going easy on people back in the days. No. I come from the school of hard knocks with the JWs, right? And I'm sure those out there that's been in the organization for a long time, you will agree with me, right? You're going to die. That's it. So no matter how they express it now, the sentiments remain the same. If you're not part of this organization during Armageddon, you're not following Jehovah, no matter what kind of person you are, right? Secretly, you can be a pedophile, you can be a child molester, you can be, you could have committed fornication and adultery in your mind many times over. And I'm talking about with sisters or brothers right in your congregation, right? So forget about all that. The only prerequisite is you serve Jehovah and you put in your time, you go to, Kingdom Halls or whatever, you present yourself as a good old Jehovah Witness and you'll be saved, right? When the ground starts opening up and things start falling inside, you'll be spared because you'll be at a location that is safe and that is guarded by angels. You're going to have a few on the roof, a few in the, the front entrance, a couple in the basement, all parts of all buildings that Jehovah Witnesses are huddled inside of will be secured, right? So doesn't matter what kind of person you are. Now, on the other hand, those that just didn't care to open their doors, those that believe in, a God and, live the best way possible. I'm sorry. So here's the question. Now we know that no one in this life right now is exempt from death. And I'm not talking about natural death. I'm talking about people hit by cars, people murdered. I've, not witnessed, but experienced the news of many deaths over the years. And I'm not talking about, let's exclude disease, let's exclude, kind of like, falling off of a ladder or things like that. I'm talking about things where someone was, murdered, someone, just those things that just came by way of just a horrible way. People hit by cars, people pushed in front of trains. That used to be a big thing in New York City back in the day. People attacked, 9/11, plane crashes, things like that. And now, COVID-19, many, many deaths. But your life will be spared at Armageddon. So, not spared in the past up until now, Jehovah is going to, turn a blind eye to that. But at Armageddon, he'll choose to say, okay, what do I do? What do I do? I save lives. Got to save lives. Why? Why at that time and not this time? You're still Jehovah's Witnesses, right? You were still Jehovah's Witnesses. They were still Jehovah's Witnesses. Why not now? Why not save the person that's about to be pushed in front of a train? Why not save the person that was crossing the street and didn't look both ways? Why not save the person that was dragged out of their car and murdered? Why not save the person that was kidnapped? And I saw this on some sort of documentary, kidnapped, robbed of the contributions that was, I guess, he was collecting. And we're talking about a young boy, 19, 20 years old, maybe 18. And then taken in a car and driven to the woods and shot to death multiple times. Why not then? Right? And this is no blame to God. This is not questioning God. This is questioning you. JWs, Jehovah's Witnesses. Why would God laugh? Because essentially that's what it is. Like, doesn't matter because, that was 1985 or that was 2005. When it comes to the great day of Armageddon, I'll start saving people. That's a disrespect to the people that wasn't saved. If God can intervene and save, why not then? Right? Why not now? Why not yesterday? Why not the many, many active Jehovah's Witnesses that died from COVID-19? Why? Right? And as I mentioned before, this is nothing against God. I would dare never to question God. But I'll question you. Right? I'll question you. Does it upset you that you have the same fate as us worldly people? Does it upset you? Does it secretly make you mad? Is that why you're taking prescription medication? Is that why you're taking antidepressant pills? Because you are in the same box no matter how you try to separate yourself? Is that why you're depressed? Is that why you're depressed when you see loved ones that were, lives were cut short, that were a part of the organization? Is that why you're mad? That you've seen your faithful parents in the organization 30, 40, 50 years and they still have the same demise? They still have the same ending as everyone else? Is that why you're upset? For all intent and purposes, forget about unforeseen occurrences, which is almost every occurrence that happens. It's unforeseen, right? Up into the moment that it's, seen. It's unforeseen up into the moment that it's seen. with the exception of those, namely COVID-19, that should have been a great example of your God, of your organization, the only true organization, to let it be known that these are my people. I spoke about this before. Not one of you will perish because of COVID-19. Not one. Right? What happened? You reaped the same fate as everyone else. Doesn't say anything about my God. Doesn't say anything about my God. I'm not secretly mad. Are you secretly mad at God? Your God? Right? Do you hold contentment secretly? Are you questioning? Are you doubting? God, these people seem to flourish or not. Same way in our organization, some people flourish, some people don't. Some people live, some people die. Some people live to an old age, some people die at a young age. Same as the outside world. God, can you please separate us? Do something where these people know that we are affiliated with the one and only true God, and He acknowledges us as His only servants here on earth. Please show us, because the love that we show each other and all of that's good stuff, and going door to door, which they don't do anymore, and all of that stuff that we made up to separate ourselves, ain't working no more, God. Jehovah, not working anymore. All right? That was a fictitious cookie cutter example as to why we are your people. Love. I see other people showing love to each other, God. I see other people. I'm not feeling like I'm separate from these people. Right? Can you add a few more years? Oh, those Jehovah Witnesses live to about 140 years old. Something they saying is right. No. We max out the same ages that the world does. Can you please give us something that the world will look upon us and say, yeah, those are those special people. They think we special, all right. Not in a good way either. Can you please show us something, Jehovah? Give us something. We got no special powers. We got nothing. Right? That's the question. That is the question. If we will be spared at Armageddon, the Jehovah Witnesses, why aren't we spared now? Why did COVID ravish through our organization with the same anger and velocity as it did the world? Why? Why did things happen to us the same way as in the world? Because we're sinful? Because we're no different than the world? Because all we're doing is professing to be different? I could profess that I have 6 fingers. Count them. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can't see that one. I can. Right? I got 6. You're counting 5. I got 6 because I said so. Right? My perception becomes my reality. See that one right there? You don't? I do. I got 6 fingers. How much of a lunatic would you see me as? Huh? How much? Because these governing bodies these governing babblers, right, are saying that they're the only true vessel with communication to Jehovah God. And God didn't think to say, hey, just want to let you in on something, as I do. There's a worldwide pandemic coming your way. Tell your people to suit up. Tell your people to mask up. Tell your people to stay inside right now. It's going to happen in about a month or two. Start right now. So God picks and chooses the things to tell you. God tells you that the rank and file has to ante up on contribution. God tells you that you have to start selling off property. God tells you that you have to build new property. But a worldwide pandemic let some people die. A God where you don't even have his name right, because there is no name that we know, right? My name is Sean, spelled S-H-A-W-N. On stage, I spell it S-E-A-N, right? Some people call me S for short. That started around, I don't know, 5th grade. Some people call me MCS when I first started rapping. Microphone scientist, right? Some people call me Breed. My rap name, you can Google it, Sean Breed, S-E-A-N-B-R-E-E-D. So at any given moment, depending on the demographic, people will call out a different name. S, I'll turn my head. Sean, turn my head. MCS, turn my head. Breed, turn my head. Right? And I'm a human. And I got about, what did I just mention? 4 or 5 different names? And there's a couple other out there that I forget, but it's not, people don't use it enough. Ill Breed. I'm sorry, professionally, no, I did records under that name, Ill Breed, I-L-L-B-R-E-E-D. Some people shorted it for, they knocked it down just to ill, right? Not in a bad way, like ill, no, ill, like, yo, you're an ill MC, right? Answer to every last one of them. And I'm thinking about how other people will say, if they were all congregated together, oh, there's S. S, who's S? That's Breed. Who's Breed? That's Sean. Who's Sean? That's ill. Like, you see where I'm going with that? You see where I'm going? And I'm a human. And you're talking about the creator of this universe will actually be given a name by you. How does that look? And then blame you if you don't fall for it. If you don't fall for the okie doke, right? Nah, that ain't God's name. I don't fall for it. Well, God is going to punish you for that. Not knowing God's name. You sound like a buffoon. That's what you sound like. But I'm going to leave it there. Just questions as I chew my gum. Right? Just had some seafood, so, just trying to freshen up. But anyway, as always, when I leave you with any one of my postings, all I do is ask you to think. That's all. If you want to look smart, put like reading glasses on and just, cross your legs, put some tea, get a cup of tea and Just start thinking. But if you're like me, you just zone out and think. Or pray to God for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. That's what I do. Give me knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to decipher things, to look beyond, the norm, what's in front of me, unlift the veil, however you want to say it. And it will be answered. That's it, y'all. As always, just think and love. That's the key.